Do we have an actual set time where you come in, or do you just say it?
Usually when that keyboard part started just a minute ago.
Oh.
You were running ahead.
All right, well, I'll do it then. Welcome to There Is a Better Podcast.
Our intros are so wonderfully produced each time.
This bar is like completely in view, in front of my view. I will have to move that at some point. Anyway, welcome to There Is a Better Podcast. Tony is getting right on that too.
He's getting right on that pole. Did this come back to a couple of episodes? Oh my God, there's so much thrusting right now.
Sometimes crude.
And he's doing the shaft too.
He is getting crude right now.
We got that part out of the way. Let's get to the funny part.
Often funny. Always. You know, that is hard for me to read.
Always friendly banter.
Almost always friendly banter. We try to do our best to distract you one episode at a time. And of course, my name is the intern formerly known as Ghostyyyy, at least for this time being. And to my right is
Mixmaster Mike.
And to his right is
And we just lost the one listener. Thanks everybody for coming, and
we'll see you next time.
We're gonna entertain ourselves.
If you
want
to ask why Tony just did that, we have a plethora of ways to get a hold of us. Well, okay, I don't know that 3 constitutes a plethora.
No, we have more. We just haven't advertised them yet.
Right, we're not there yet.
I'm almost there.
First of all, we got our email. There is a better podcast at gmail.com. You can also check us out on Twitter. Where's that, guys?
It's on There's a Better One.
And on Instagram?
There is a better podcast.
Anybody feeling the word of the day today or not?
I love the word of the day.
Are you feeling like that, though?
No, I don't.
Because our word of the day means bad-tempered. I like the way you did it last episode there, Tone Loke.
Ooh, I like that. I should do that next week.
Tony.
Bad-tempered, argumentative, and uncooperative, better known as...
Cantankerous.
Ooh, whoa.
Wow.
That was ASMR.
That was kind of,
Cantankerous.
Should we tell them that? Nah, we won't.
Cantankerous.
Well, it's on the front burner. It's coming up.
That is actually
by the time this comes out, it'll be out. But
that is actually one of my favorite words.
Well, I guess you're right.
Cantankerous. I do use this in my regular verbiage.
Cantankerous.
We would like to welcome everybody to the show, which he just did. But we'd like to send our friend Ghostyyyy off as he
Stop.
He resigned his position with our podcast to
as
go
of last week.
As of last
it
week,
was official.
He's going to go join the Steve and Kyle podcast because they love his voice.
Son of a bitch.
And that is what is known as a lie.
Also, kind of cantankerous.
Yes,
Cantankerous.
So if you've actually stuck to the show this long, we have got plenty of good stuff coming up for you, including there is a better entertainment corner. That's when Mike gives us the rundown of what's happening in the world of entertainment. And of course, we've got there is a better discussion. I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about my beef with Nabisco. I've got an issue with this. And finally, we'll be wrapping things up with all sorts of little extra bits and pieces. Tony, what you got going on today? Oh, you were talking about doing something, but we
have a thing about clickbait. There's a better beverage.
Yeah,
don't forget also our recommendation.
There's a lot of stuff. Basically, we're going to call this the Hodgepodge Show, I think, basically, because this is just stuff that we've been trying to get to, but haven't had a chance. And of course, as always, we like to start it off with There Is a Better Beverage. We did a taste test of 3 different Oktoberfest beers, 2 or 3 episodes ago?
Yep.
Coming back around to that, Tony came across this one, a company out of Lansing, Michigan, known as Lansing Brewing Company. And this is pretty, first of all, ABV of 5.3, so you're talking about a pretty relaxed beer, nothing that's too hardcore. But they only put this out, like once a year.
Maybe around October?
And this is Lansing Brewing Company's Oktoberfest. This kind of cracked me up because I don't really understand it. The official Autumnal?
Autumnal.
Autumnal. Is that the official way to say autumnal?
Should that have been our word of the day today?
It probably could have been.
Is that even a word, or do they just make it up?
So on the label, the creepy label, I might add.
It is kind of creepy.
We're looking, and you can hopefully Tony will get around to putting this up on Instagram at some point. But it's got this creepy, weird.
Autumnal.
There you go.
Santa. I don't know. He actually looks more like he should be out of the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, doesn't he?
Yeah. We got Dopey over here with his laden hosing on.
He kind of looks like the dude who walks up. You ever watch The Price is Right, and they do like the price thing where if you get it over $25, the little hiker goes over.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like that guy,
the yodeling guy.
Yodel. He looks like one of the guys you would see panhandling that we've had issues with.
I mean, I got to give him. I gotta give him props. They actually
Mike,
quit.
you sound a little
Cantankerous.
I'm not argumentative. I was argumentative cantankerous about the one episode when he called me emotional. We moved past it.
You were cantankerous that episode.
I was. I said it early on in the episode. I knew there was going to be a problem, and there was.
Cantankerous.
You totally called that.
It is probably the only one that I recommend to people. Don't listen to that episode.
But we have several before you came on board.
It's like saying don't touch the giant red button, and everyone wants to touch the giant red button. So go ahead and listen to that episode at your own.
We have one episode that we never released. I actually think it was our true third episode that we ended up getting somebody in this room got a little hammered that episode. and
considering there was only two of you on the episode at that time,
I'm pretty sure I can say it
narrows down the suspects.
It was
the audible equivalent of not being able to get it up. Basically, you talked last week about whiskey dick. And I think that might make its way back.
This episode.
That might make its way into this episode. Well, that's what I'm saying. You talked last week about it. Two teas today. So hopefully we get to that.
It is in its entirety. And all of its badness is in the Patreon.
So, yeah, there is the Patreon. Patreon.com/thereisabetterpodcast. Yep. Right? Yeah.
All
so
right,
if you want to give us money, that'd be great.
Yes.
And once again, trying to get back to There Is a Better Beverage. I was going to give him props because I actually used this toast on our show last week. Prost, which is the Dutch way of saying cheers. But if you can go back to the thing, because I can't read it off this can. It's like it's in this weird font.
Official Autumnal.
The official Autumnal. Guys, I said it wrong again, didn't I?
Autumnal.
Whatever that guy said. Craft beer of Harvest Moons and Boys of Fall. Boys of Fall.
Boys of Fall.
Fall have gone.
She's clipping her nails.
So, what do you guys know what the Boys of Fall is referring to or not?
Football, I believe.
Because isn't Boys of Summer? Isn't yeah? Is that what it is?
Well, the Boys of Summer has always been
baseball, right?
Largely attributed with baseball. So I'm assuming that this has to be football, which I'm okay with. I've never heard it. Why? No.
We were talking about yodeling.
Do me a favor. Do a quick search on Boys of Fall and just see what comes up.
Oh God.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while we do that.
Oh yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not that one.
No, not that one.
This intermission brought to you by
the old Price is Right skit.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. I kind of dig it.
That dude's hat's moving like the guy from
Yodumnal is the title of it.
Yodumnal.
Very apropos.
By Andre Antunes, I guess. Antunes.
We don't have to play this anymore.
Yeah, we can stop. So, did you Google?
I did.
Boys of Fall. What came out? Anything?
Yeah, let me just keep that going in the background.
We don't
so we get the copyright strike. All right, so we got Kenny Chesney, the Boys of Fall. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, so it's football then. Yeah.
Lyrics go, when I feel that chill, the smell of fresh cut grass, back in my helmet, cheats, cleats, and shoulder pads.
Can you do that to the metal yodel?
When I feel that chill, the smell of fresh cut grass, back in my helmet, cleats and shoulder pads.
That's not bad.
Cats and Jammer.
It is bad.
All right, let's drink this shit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Let's get back to the beer.
Dude, get that dude's hat off the screen. I am so annoyed with this right now.
All right, gentlemen. Prost.
Prost.
Dude looks like a fucking peacock. All right, wait a minute.
Okay.
All right, I got to say something.
Yes.
I was told that this was supposed to taste like a decorative autumn leaf.
You were probably told that by somebody who doesn't like Oktoberfest, somebody like me. Because I don't get into Oktoberfest beers.
This is good.
And
I like this.
Let me retract that. It's not that I don't like it. I'm kind of.
You don't have.
Guess.
You don't.
I don't have a thing for it. It's just. Okay.
I understand. Because that's right. Because the argument that was the episode I was cantankerous, and I was like, you said you didn't like Samuel Adams' Oktoberfest, and I was like, you son of a like. Apparently, it was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life because I got so pissed off about it.
Cantankerous.
I was just out to piss you off already.
You're about to bitch me out.
Going to piss you off, is she?
It's going to piss you off.
Piss you off.
Oh, really? Should we clink the glasses?
Clink.
I'm not saying it.
One's enough.
I believe the word you're looking for is tink.
We will cover that when we get to one of our other words of the day.
That'll be a debate.
So anyway, overall, it's a decent beer. It's good.
It's good. I like it.
It's good. It's all right.
Cantankerous.
That's local. It's kind of over by us.
What I like about it is it doesn't have that fucking nasty cigarette ashtray taste like some other types of
Oktoberfest type things,
might have. And it's not
were
like
you referring to Samuel Adams when you were saying that?
was not referring to Samuel Adams.
Samuel Adams doesn't taste like any of that.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
There
actually
was
trying to
one that-
remember, and I might have mentioned it on the last time that we did the Oktoberfest comparison.
Yes.
I think it was Sam Adams Bonfire. Did you guys ever have that?
No.
No.
And I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Roasted log.
Oh, it seriously tasted like a bonfire. It was like you were drinking a bonfire.
Why would you want to do that?
It was so disgusting that it was one of those 6-packs you buy and you go, yep, the rest of that's just going right down the drain.
Kind of like Steve and Kyle when we tried to get him to drink that stuff last episode.
Yes.
They were like, nope.
Nope.
We actually got to see that. We had video with that one, which if you
Yeah.
guys want to see video from us, that might be coming soon.
That might be coming soon. I apologize. I did not record any of that.
Their reactions from
Video
the
with
first
them,
sip.
but
I saw them sniffing it
wish I
before
would
they
have
took a
now.
drink, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
You can definitely tell that their tastes and beverages is completely different
differs
than
from
ours.
ours.
I think they like Diet Coke, and that might be it.
and
Like,
a Diet Coke and a smile. Don't
yeah,
forget the
smile optional.
Smile option.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mike, tell us what's going on in the world of entertainment.
There's a better entertainment corner. First one up on deck today is the movie You, and it's movie You. It's a show You from Netflix. This one, the reason why I brought this up, it's one of my favorite shows on Netflix. The first 2 seasons are already out. This last season comes out on October 15th, so shortly after this episode comes out. I have a hard time explaining what this is. This show is basically if you mixed every rom-com with Dexter with like stalker movies. That's what this one is. It's really hard to explain what it is. So this guy basically
Come on.
likes to stalk and like he believes in love, but he has to like do everything to make love happen with these relationships. So he basically becomes a stalker, and then he kind of turns into little Dexter over it. I don't
Like
want.
murderous?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Several times over, he does everything
Cantankerous.
in the name of love, and it's not as cheesy as I'm making it sound out. It's actually really, really good. The first season's much better than the second season.
How long has this been going?
There's only 2. The last one's coming up here on October 15th.
No, okay.
I think there are 8 or 9 episodes apiece, maybe 10. It's funny because like all these bad things he does, like karma, if you believe in it or not,
I like karma on apples.
karma keeps on popping up over and over again and slapping him really, 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 really damn hard over and over again for his choices. And
That's how he likes it, though, isn't it?
No, not really. He's kind of a
Oh, I thought he liked
patsy
it.
when it comes to that.
I mean, I liked it when karma slapped me over and over and over again.
You and your dominatrix stuff
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Ooh, that was a genuine. Oh yeah, you sound like that Snickers commercial.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was
Oh,
Twix,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Twix, yeah.
Onanism.
And
Onanism.
what was
Oh, that made a.
what was that
where did
Michael J.
come
Fox
from?
movie? Oh, The Secret of My Success.
Oh, this. I thought it was the secret of.
Onanism.
Of onanism.
Well, check it out. You season 3, the final season, October 15th. Does karma ultimately catch up to him? I'm gonna vote with yes, and it's good, but we don't do that anymore. But I'm just gonna say it.
Do you want it anyway?
No.
Okay.
This other one, like
we can do it. 1, 2, 3.
It's good.
I like to produce stuff better.
Bitch.
The next one just came on Netflix, but it was originally a Showtime series. It's called the Comey Rule.
Sure you didn't spell comedy incorrectly?
No, it's about Jim Comey. Shut your frigging mouth.
Motherfucker.
The former FBI director that got fired by Trump.
James Comey.
James Comey. Whoops.
It's good.
There. Just for you.
Pre-produced through a phone.
That had nothing to do with the Comey Rule. That was
You're going to like this next bit, Tony?
Meaning you.
This is the best miniseries I've seen since Chernobyl, and you know how I feel about Chernobyl.
I know how you feel about Chernobyl, so this has to be good.
And I don't say that lightly when I say things like that. Right. I could not stop watching it. This one had Jeff Daniels as the FBI director.
I like Jeff Daniels. I was going to say
James
Daniels as Jeff Comey.
I like James Comey, Daniels Jeff.
I like Jack
Junior,
Daniels.
Greg Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Yukon Jack.
Michael Kelly plays Associate Director Andrew McCabe.
Michael Kelly, that name is familiar.
You'd know if you Google him, you know who it is.
Wait, but was it the guy from hold on,
he's in House of Cards.
House of Cards, thank you. I was thinking like U.S. political thriller.
And Brendan Gleeson plays
thriller,
Donald Trump, and holy shit, I don't know how long he's prepared to be Trump. Like just the way he talks and all the mannerisms, because it's very distinct.
Wow.
Everybody loves Trump. Trump won big. Blah blah blah. There's no controversy at all. Like I can't
nails that part.
Yeah.
Wow.
And many other roles to this. But basically, what this does, it's only 4 episodes. Why it's called a limited series. Basically, it looks behind the scenes of the Clinton email scandal. And how that basically played a role in her losing, among other things. And it looks at the rise of him and how he tries to shut down the Russian, Trump tries to shut down, through Comey, to shut down the collusion.
Oh, yeah.
All that clout that was behind him, and ultimately why he got fired. And how he absolutely got hang out to dry, like, just to see like how they did this and the way they produced it, it was phenomenal.
Phenomenal, I believe is
phenomenal.
How you
Phenomenal. I consider this must
phenomenal.
watch TV.
Phenomenal.
Cantankerous.
And cantankerous.
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 It actually works.
It works a little bit. Well, I consider this one
phenomenal.
must watch TV. You probably should absolutely watch this. It's good. All right. The premise is next. This is on Hulu. This is produced and written and directed, I believe. Most episodes are by
Penny Marshall?
No, BJ Novak from The Office.
Ooh, I like him.
I'm only going to talk about maybe the first 2 episodes so far, because that's all. Well, I watched 2.5, but
2.5 Men. Great show.
Yeah, each episode has a completely different premise and a whole new cast and a whole new story. So each one's uniquely different. There's no connection between them.
Is that kind of like Black Mirror as well? If you've seen Black Mirror, every episode
totally different.
That's what I loved about that. There was no storyline that you had to follow. It was just every episode was its own thing. I believe they call those serials. I believe SERIALS. Yes, not serials like
serial killer like Dexter. We have a lot of Dexter references.
Oh no, I was talking about like Apple Jacks and Cheerios.
No, I'm not going to go down that path.
I love cereals.
I do love cereal.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The first one was called
Jesus.
Sex Tape Social Dust.
My favorite cereal manufacturer is Nabisco.
Oh, don't.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
It feels like that's going to lead into something later.
Do have to give a shout out to Cereal City though, Battle Creek, Michigan.
Not anymore though, are they?
I thought
Did they close that factory down?
I thought that's where it originated from. Kellogg's.
You're sitting on a throne.
So I saw a very interesting.
We'll come back to your entertainment.
History.
Corner,
well, I saw a history thing. Oddly enough, about cornflakes, or was it cornflakes? I can't remember. It was basically it was Kellogg that came up with this.
Yeah.
So Dr. Kellogg, he was I guess a psychologist, things like that. And apologies to anybody if I completely get this wrong, because this is off my memory, and Mike will tell you I have a terrible memory.
He has a terrible memory.
Basically,
there's a better memory.
This is where I found out about the word onanism. Oh. Because it was developed to keep people from masturbating.
It was kind of the same thing as
cereal was created to keep people from masturbating.
Yeah, no, this specific one, I think it was cornflakes.
Yeah, well, and apparently so were graham crackers. Graham crackers were created because Dr. Graham thought that there would be some sort of food substance that would give you the same effect as an orgasm, and he thought that it was
boring as fuck, so you didn't want to do it.
Well, I would like to look.
That's
it
what
up.
I had heard.
I would like to look it up.
I don't know if it's
after the
100% true.
intro,
Yeah.
and see if we can find the specific thing, because I mean, it's interesting and weird and just odd.
I love it.
All right, let's get back to this.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Sex,
the premise.
sex tapes, and social justice.
Yeah, that was the first episode. Sex
Let's do
tape,
it. All right.
social
What do you got?
justice. So this guy had a sex tape, right? He's making one with his girlfriend, and in the background, you can see him like it's shot over the shoulder up here in this high camera angle, and out the window you can see this black man getting arrested from the police, right? And
Way to go.
it is there. The police are saying it's a violent encounter where the guy attacks him, and this video shows otherwise. But to prove it, they have to basically go scene by scene through this. They tear this man's sex life apart, right? And some parts were very, very funny. And like one point, he's like, "Are you slapping your own ass?" And like, and he has like he's like, "Wait a minute, is that a tramp?" He has a tramp stamp on the back of his, on the back of his ass too. Like it was so weird and cringy. But then also like there'd be some really serious points because like even after this video proof, they still have a hard time proving this man's innocence, and they tear this other guy's life apart because he's like, I got to do the right thing. I'm woke. I got to turn this thing in. Then it realizes it messes his life up, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. But it's good.
It does kind of sound Black Mirror.
It does sound pretty good. Yeah, it does sound like Black Mirror.
Then
It's good.
jumping
I'll
the
give you
gun there
that.
a little bit, but
Well, you just said it's good. I figured I'd get away with that.
it
Tony
turns
jumps the
into
gun a
like
lot.
there's that parts where they're kind of they're critiquing his sexual performance at times too. You're like, Jesus.
Like I said, Tony jumps the gun a lot.
Speaking of sexual performance,
Hey-o.
hey-o.
Oh, he just blacked us out.
He's like, fine, you guys can't read the rest of the show.
See if you guys can do anything without this.
Good luck.
The second episode that I saw had John Berthaw in it.
What was his name again?
John Berthaw?
John Berther.
And this one is not funny at all. This one plays a role. This guy gets
Sounds
a
like
job.
Bezos.
His daughter was killed in a mass school shooting. And he gets a job with the NRA as a spokesman. And there's like a moment of silence leading up to this mass shooting. And there's some stuff that happens. And this one's really, really messed up. And it's hard to watch. So watch that one at your own leisure.
Risque.
Risque.
Uh,
The last one I'm going to do is this one literally just came out. Probably not at the time this comes out, but this one's called The Guilty, and it's on Netflix. This police officer is basically early on you could tell he was on somebody's naughty list, and he was temporarily assigned as a 911 operator.
Good Lord. A Cindy Lauper.
A Cindy
Well,
Lauper.
you did drink the rest of that beer down.
I
didn't you?
did. You gave me like an inch of the beer because you didn't trust me, and it was a good call. And guess who?
I'll give you more than an
It's
inch
played
next
by
time.
Mr. Unwashed Ass himself, Jake Gyllenhaal.
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 Good God. Wait,
And-
what's up with that unwashed ass? Is he streaks? Is he a streaker?
He kind of went along with the same thing as Ashton Kutcher and
Kutcher.
Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
Kutcher.
And he's like, recently he came out against that. He's like, okay, I made one joke as sarcasm with a with a reporter, and now I'm Mr. Unwashed, and I'm getting really pissed off about it. But anyways, in this one, he can tell he's a dude that's dealing with issues with his past. He gets this crazy phone call from a mother who was clearly kidnapped, and he's trying to piece together where she's at before she is murdered. This is definitely a thriller. There's a little bit of twists and turns, and I'll leave it at that. But I thought it was pretty good given how it closed up. You could always kind of tell there was a background issue, and it finally shows its face in the last couple of minutes of the show.
So overall,
I would say it's mediocre.
Yeah, no, okay. There you go.
Mediocre.
all right.
It's almost like there's a better clickbait or catfish.
Well, yeah, the clickbait thing. So, yeah, after you did your review on that, I kind of got interested in that, and so I decided to watch it. anybody that heard Mike's clickbait review, that was spot on.
Yeah.
Great. It was a great series.
It twists and turns like crazy.
It does. And it had that whole vibe of every time you think you know where it's going,
and you
they
have
switch
no idea.
up on you. So it was definitely worth the watch. And if you get a chance, I do recommend
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
I always said there was one character that drove me nuts throughout the whole thing that just didn't quite fit. Do you know who that was that I was referring to? I didn't say it in the show. I wanted you to see it.
The cop?
No, the sister. The sister just felt weird and out of place.
A little bit out of place. Yeah, I would agree with that, which is weird because she was almost kind of the main focus in a way.
The protagonist to a certain part.
Yeah, basically everybody kind of revolved around her. Yeah, it was a little odd.
It was just weird.
So anyway, as I was watching this, I binge watched it and went all the way to the last episode. And
you went all the way in.
Very last episode, I get this text that basically was a whole clickbait thing. You got that ready, right?
I do.
Yeah, so basically catfishing. So that was the whole premise of what I seem to be dealing with. And for those that aren't familiar with the term, it's someone creates a fictional persona, fake identity on a social networking service, or in this case, basically texting. Could be this one. The one that I got could be a pretty common text. I ended up talking to one person who said that they had received, a friend of theirs received. So
it's the same thing as somebody's like asking for a friend, right?
Yes.
Oh, my friend did that. My friend practices onanism. Not me, though.
So when this text came in, basically, I mean, you read through it. It was one of these things where I'm basically trying to get this person to go away, and then finally I just gave up and started playing the game. I thought,
first you text us and like, damn you, Mike, you brought this into the world by talking about this.
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. You seem to curse me because every time, I don't know if you've got a voodoo doll of me at home. And you go, I am going to put this into Ghostyy's life. But if you do, I wish you'd stop doing it because it seems like every time you mention something like those types of things, it comes up in my life. And I wanted to, at first I was thinking I was going to go through and kind of, read through the text and give an idea of what it was. But I thought, okay, no, that's just going to be boring, stupid. So I decided to come up with a whole different route. And this is what we've got.
There Is a Better Theater Productions is proud to present legendary stage and screen actors Johnny Tackhammer and Roxy Kelly in The Catfishing Tale of the Catfish's Tale.
It's a good name.
The story you're about to hear is true.
Yes.
Okay, mostly true. Some parts are made up. Not all of it, but some of it. Most of it, though, true. I mean, we're talking about at least 87.36% true. One way or the other, the names have been changed to protect the innocent, as well as the guilty. And that is definitely true.
It was 1:54 in the a.m. I'd spent the night the same way most of America had over the past year and a half. Hunkered down in my pad, hoisting a bottle of brew like a newborn babe, binge-watching some random TV series. It was called Catfish, a sordid tale brimming with intrigue, suspense, murder, mystery. But most importantly, it had more than its fair share of paranoia-inducing scenarios that would drive a Buddhist monk to believe he was in an M. Night Shyamalan flick. I was just switching over to the last episode. That's when it came in. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm familiar with what the young bucks refer to as a booty call, but at that point, I wasn't in the mood for giving anybody a ride on the old boner coaster, if you know what I mean. Despite my better judgment, I decided to pick up the cellular and give it a gander. And this is what it read.
What's up, Mario? I'm Ashlyn. We messaged on eHarmony. Last time I went to see my cousin, we were supposed to meet up for drinks, but didn't connect. I'm back in town now, if you want to meet up. You game? Cool face emoji.
Well, I sure as hell wasn't Mario, and I'll admit this Catfish show kind of had me wound up tighter than a pair of Speedos riding up Kim Kardashian's ass. But there are more than a few, myself included, that might label this one as suspicious. Nonetheless, I decided to reply back. Hey there, just letting you know, I'm not Mario. Take care. Polite, short, simple. I filed it under, case closed. Then I resumed to the festivities on the idiot box. No more than a couple of minutes had passed when it happened again.
OMG! Did I just message some rando guy? Holy moly! I'm sorry! Embarrassed face emoji!
Most any other time, I'd consider playing this out to find out where it was heading. But I was 7 hours deep in an 8-hour run, and the Sandman was tapping on my peepers. All good. It happens. Take care now. I find there are two kinds of people in this world. Those that pick at the scab and those that leave it alone. I probably don't need to tell you what kind this dame was.
THX, for not being angry. Angel face emoji! I guess every guy is not an asshole that gives out the wrong phone nums. Smiley face emoji. Want a text? What's your name? What sort of hobbies do you get up to? Winky face emoji.
I was already starting to pick up the vibe that this skirt was probably crazier than Britney back in the day when she was going through that whole Sinead O'Connor phase. Still, I figured it was only common courtesy to reply. The name's Egon. For hobbies, I collect spores, molds, and fungus. I doubt that she was old enough to catch on to the archaic Ghostbusters reference, but at that point I kind of figured a smart-ass answer might be enough to throw her off the trail, and I could resume my... Damn.
I'm in town cat-sitting for my cousin. She took a trip to Toronto. I'm wondering how their quarantine situation is there. What you feel all about this pandemic shit? Heart, eyes, cat, face emoji.
Maybe it was the gummies and the fat-ass J I had for dinner, but I decided to respond by waxing philosophical to see what panned out. Been doing my best to just take things as they come along. The way I see it, the universe works in balances. The human race has done more than its fair share of damage to this world, and the pandemic seems to be a way to help tip the scales back in the other direction. That having been said, I realize this has been a tough time for a lot of folks.
LOL face emoji.
Guess she isn't much of a philosopher.
My aunt has a hot tub and I'm about ready to jump in. Wanna see pics? Crazy face emoji.
From pandemics to hot tubs, this broad glazed over subjects faster than a politician in a presidential debate. No pics necessary, dollface. I've seen hot tubs. Apparently it wasn't quite the response she was looking for. My cellular laid dormant for the next 5 minutes or so. One way or the other, I figured it was my cue to take a pause for the cause. After fumbling through the kitchen cupboards to pour myself another glass of hooch, I eased back into the lazy boy and fired the boob tube back into motion. And then no sooner did I settle in. She finally hit me back, this time with a full-on selfie, wearing a two-piece small enough to floss your teeth with. Was I impressed? Sure, I'll admit it, I was. The girl had enough curves to shake Richard Petty off the racetrack. Combine that with a pair of fun bags that looked like they were built for a good night's slumber. Seriously. If she sold those things, she'd put the My Pillow guy out of business. I was still taking in the sights, that's when she followed up with this one.
If you were here, what would you do with me? LOL emoji.
I felt like whatever my response, I had to play my cards right. Play it subtle, but clever. Friendly, but aloof. If I was there, I'd ask you to play a game of Monopoly and share a bag of Skittles. Based on her response, I'm guessing it was the wrong way to reply. Or maybe right way, just depends on how you look at it.
Baby, I'm starting to get a little turned on here. LMAO.
Really, Skittles don't generally have that effect on most people.
Text me and I'll send you back. Blush face emoji.
This just got interesting. It was time to show her the goods, but I decided I was going to need some props to make it work. Now, I don't fancy myself a shutterbug, but after a few snaps of the camera, I sent her a work of art that would make Ansel Adams drop his drawers and spank himself. It's been called a lot of things. Johnson, Becker, Main Vein, Mutton Dagger, One-Eyed Willie, Tool, Peter, Ankle Spanker, you get the idea. And I'll bet dollars to dog nuts nobody had ever seen one this big or this colorful. If you haven't put the pieces of the puzzle together yet, I'll spell it out for you. I sent her a snap of Skittles. That's right, Skittles. In the shape of a giant penis.
Ooh, nice. LOL emoji.
Feel free to taste the rainbow, dollface.
You're getting me hot and bothered. I want some cum, baby. Wanna see me? Kissy face emoji.
She followed up with yet another pic. In this one, she decided to ditch the two-piece and go all natural. She was striking a pose, crouched low to the ground like she was in mid-twerk as a backup dancer for a Snoop Dogg video. I answered back, wow, you must really like Skittles.
Okay, baby, let me turn my webcam on. Go here and you'll see me. Thankful hands emoji.
And then she followed that up with one last pic. I'll give her this. The dame was out to cover all the angles. This one featured a rear differential shot with a bumper that looked like it would be able to cushion a tackle from the '85 Chicago Bears defensive line. Overlaid across her badonkadonk was her website address. /sex for ass. Of all the cell phone numbers in all the world, Skittles, you had to rando mine. I'm sorry to say I never had the opportunity to follow up after that last text. I had more pressing matters to attend to. Sometimes I wonder if she's still out there, cat-sitting, hot tubbing, and twerking to her heart's content. There's a part of me that hopes she is, but honestly, I don't know. But I do know this. If she was here right now, I'd say thank you hands emoji for an entertaining night. Here's to you, Skittles. I hope you found your Mario.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was well done. Well done.
Yeah, that'll probably be up on our Patreon, right?
Smiley face
Yeah,
emoji.
we'll put that in. We'll throw it in there. The best part of this is you were texting us when this was going on. You're like, first of all,
These are real texts.
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, you text me or first it was like, Mike, damn you, this is happening again. You put it in the universe. This is happening.
Yeah, it seriously happened like what 2 or 3 days after the recording. Or,
yes,
it wasn't even that. I don't
even think it was that. I think I
actually
night.
went home that night. Yeah,
yes.
and it happened.
And you're like, what can I send her? We're like, didn't we come up with the Skittles? Like, get the Skittles, like, do a dick pic with Skittles. I thought we were.
Well,
I forget who came up with that idea. I think it was Ghostyyy's idea.
Oh.
Yeah, it was mine because basically I'd ended up telling her, the Monopoly Skittles thing that was legit. It was basically, I was like, because she actually asked me, if you were here, what would you do with me? And I'm like, I'd ask you to play a game of Skittle or Monopoly and share a bag of Skittles. So after that, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and. You might have mentioned the idea. I can't even remember how it worked out.
I thought we said something about this. Like,
but
send her a dick pic and Skittles.
I had definitely already planned to do some sort of Skittles thing, and it was just ridiculous. And the funny thing is, like I said, basically, you guys saw the text. I mean, basically, I was doing my best to just go away. And it just kept coming. And then there was this point where I was just like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just be a smartass through this whole thing.
Well, the way this person, if they were texting it, I don't want to, we'll say Skittles.
Assuming
we don't know. We don't know.
I've been calling her Skittles.
If it was a her, but there's accents over the letter. Like
I was just about to bring that up too.
Because you sent it to us early on. You're like, what is this? And we're like, I have no idea.
That's what I said. Is right off the bat. I mean, it was suspicious. It was like, this does not look legit at all. So
what hex do we want to go with this week? Ghostyyyy.
Well, I saw this thing about the curse of the Chippendales, and
what?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't want the whole karma thing. So don't give me that shit. Although I put some pretty good karma out there.
That you call me emotional one more time and see what happens.
Hit the midtro.
Hit the mid. Ready the midtro.
It ain't the size that matters; it's how colorful
it is. Yes, yeah, and I do have to give Tony props for the line there. The taste the rainbow.
Oh yeah.
That was his line. I didn't use it because that was at a point where I was still like not trying to encourage Skittles to keep texting me. And it was like, come on. Really?
By the way, whoever helped you with the voice on that one did a pretty good job.
Yes. Yeah, Kelly, what was her name?
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah.
Roxy Kelly.
Roxy Kelly.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Good job, Roxy Kelly.
I like the upward inflection at the end of each emoji.
Yeah, I had to coach her a little bit on that.
It worked incredibly well.
But she did. She did a great job with it. So it was cool to have her a part of it as well. You going to do the Metro? Yeah, there it is. All right.
Got it, baby.
Stick around. We're going to be right back. There is a better podcast.
Don't change that dial.
Or do.
You can. It won't hurt our feelings.
You can just hit pause, too.
Or skip.
It's not catfishing. It's catfisting.
Catfisting. Is it fisting, really?
No.
No.
Why would you want to...
Smiley face emoji.
Welcome to the second half of There Is a Better Podcast. I'm Ghostyyyy. Sorry, the intern, formerly known as Ghostyyyy. And
for now.
Who are you today?
He doesn't. I don't even remember. I'm Mike.
$1 million Mike.
Mixmaster Mike.
$1 million Mike. And you?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, because you don't pay attention to my texts.
Oh. Oh, wow. It's getting cantankerous in here.
It's getting cantankerous.
And the more shocking part is, I'm not responsible for any of it.
That's all good. I'm a middle child. I'm used to being ignored. All right, so first part of the show, we were talking a little bit about cornflakes. I wanted to confirm this. And according to one of my most favorite YouTube channels, easily in the top 5, it's called Weird History. Here's a little segment from that to kind of give the deets on what the whole cornflakes thing is about.
Well, Kellogg steadfastly believed diet greatly influenced the libido, which means he's clearly never had a shepherd's pie.
Nope.
He thought people should sustain themselves on a diet similar to a barn animal.
A lot of potatoes.
Since he thought barnyard animals never got it on.
Have you ever put a potato in your ass?
He's never been to a farm. Kellogg thought eating meat would lead to the desire to touch the cookies, and that anything with any sort of spice or flavor would also lead to immediate, intense horniness.
Oh, that's why
I want to take this guy to a Thai restaurant. Yeah. Kellogg also believed tea and coffee led thousands to perdition, and that candies, spices, cinnamon, cloves, peppermint, and all strong essences powerfully excite the genitals and lead to the same result.
Love that
This
picture.
is exactly why he decided to invent cornflakes and make them, arguably, the blandest, most tasteless thing ever.
So there you have it. And that's kind of what I was talking about in the first half there. Basically, the idea was cornflakes was supposed to suppress the libido, the sexual libido.
In the top right, there's an ad for Conan O'Brien. And the first time I saw it, I started laughing in the middle of that thing playing. I had to cover my mouth because I thought it said Bill Burr, semicolon. Canada is not some post-rectal paradise. It says racial paradise is what it says.
Jeez.
I thought it said rectal. I'm like, what?
It's good to know.
Yeah, apparently I need to go eat some cornflakes.
Yeah.
All right, I have got a beef with Nabisco. I was so annoyed by this shit that I sent you guys a text on it, as well as a mutual friend of. I'm not sure if you know him or not, Mike. Sorry, but I know Tony knows him. A guy that plays in a band. Actually went up and went to announce the band onto stage, and the bass player of the band gets up there, and I was telling him, I mean, this is how annoyed I was about this. I'm showing this picture of Oreos that I got, and he gets up on stage. He's like, Ghosty here's got a problem with Nabisco. He's got a beef with Nabisco in front of everybody. And my thing was, I opened this bag of Nabisco of Oreos up. And Oreos I absolutely love. As we've talked about before, I always get the double stuff because I figure if I'm going to eat something bad, I'm going to make it as bad as I can. I don't do Oreos that often, but occasionally I'll pick it up like maybe once every other month. And when I did, I don't know, there was like probably 8 Oreos missing out of the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was significant.
So I get here today, and Tony has picked up a bag of Oreos.
Just regular Oreos.
Regular Oreos, and it's a full bag. I mean, it's
there might have been enough room for like to fit one.
Two.
Yeah.
So I decided when we got to the mid-row, I went and bought some Oreos. I was like, I'm going to pull this out.
It's our first open box thing.
I want to see. I want to see if this happens again. Now, what did we figure?
Should we put that on the video as well? Well, maybe.
Hold on.
Well, what did we figure we called this? What were you? What did you say it was?
Sizeflation?
Sizeflation. So that's basically the concept that they change the packaging or something in some way, still make you pay the same price,
right?
But the package might be smaller or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of thinking this might be the case of, is maybe Oreo or Nabisco decided they were, and that's possible too. Maybe it was just a bad box of Oreos.
I'm going to start recording right when you open this.
And take this any way you want.
It's a good thing that you're recording on Ghostyy's package.
I did not feel the package up when I bought it. So I have no idea. Yes, go ahead.
I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere.
Take it where you wanted to. I threw that out there. I was giving you a bone.
Boner coaster.
I've actually opened up.
Here we go. We're going to open this up and see what happens if this is the case.
If you meet a stranger in the Alps.
Double stuff Oreos.
Family size.
Family size.
This is when he, like, during the break when he went to go on his job interview at Steve & Kyle, right?
Okay, so the package is opened.
Package is open.
It appears to be full.
Whoa.
I don't think so. Well, okay. Wait.
Okay,
no,
hold on.
No.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so look at that. Get the sound effects in there. Okay, now the far right one. That
we got.
Oh no.
We got trouble. Yeah,
we
got
do.
trouble.
We do.
We got trouble at Oreo.
I'm
with Nabisco.
Seriously. Oh, this cookie's falling down, so it's blocking it.
Oh, so it's hiding the evidence. So if you
all right. Now I did not eat one of these, right?
We just freshly opened the bag.
Freshly opened, and that's got to be about 6 Oreos that are missing out of there.
Wow.
Now,
we're gonna tag Nabisco in this.
I will say that I have never paid attention to that until, like over the past couple of months. So maybe it's always been like that, and I've just never noticed it.
I doubt it.
I also feel like their double stuff is not as double stuffed.
No, I'm going to agree with that. It looks like the original stuffed
of what Oreos look like,
and then the original is what the thin stuff would have. Do they even sell the thin stuff anymore? I don't think I've seen it.
The one that you have over there is supposed to be a regular Oreo.
It's supposed to be regular, yeah.
And it doesn't look like a regular Oreo.
No.
This is a controversy that we need to get to the bottom of. Well, I feel like there's one person to blame for this. Obama. Thanks, Obama. Now we can't even have regular things. Thanks, inflation.
Now, I will say that will not keep me necessarily from not buying
you're still
Oreos
gonna
from
shove
time
them
to
in your
time.
gullet
I
and eat 'em.
still will from time to time. I've never been one to buy a lot of sweets anyway. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, well, this just sucks. Why don't you just make the package smaller,
Make
man?
the package
I'd rather
smaller.
that than
At least
open
it
it
would be
up
full.
and feel like I'm gypped.
Right. Air is not edible.
That's 6 cookies fatter I could have been.
You're legit mad about it. Like, you sound normal, but
I am cantankerous.
you're.
I agree with you.
I'm going to eat this Oreo, but I am cantankerous
You're going to be
about it.
madly eating that
I'm
Oreo.
gonna be-
You're going to be
yeah. Pissed
These
off the entire
anger
time.
eating.
Those don't look like double stuffed, though. Those look like the single
Those like the
Oreos.
originals. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
What if we got a package of Thins, a package of regular, and a package of double stuff and compare
I don't
'em?
think they make Thins anymore. I
they
seriously
probably
think
don't.
that
I was going to say, why even make the Thins? You would just have two
cookies
chocolate
with
cookies
like
together.
glue.
I
in the
have
middle,
had it where I've
basically.
opened a package and from the middle row, halfway all the way to the top, was all just the cookies. There was nothing in the middle of it. There was no frosting. And I was like, what the hell is this crap? That was the live one. That sounded just like it.
It was live.
And I literally looked at it, and we need to. Nabisco is getting a strongly worded.
Gmail.
No, they're getting a tag on Twitter. Look here, Nabisco. We're on to your games. We want compensation. It's our money, damn it, and we want it now, GT Wentworth.
No, I'll admit that Oreo was good, but it wasn't as good.
What the heck is this crap?
It sounded better live.
It wasn't as good while I'm cantankerous.
Yeah. Hey, can we go to There's a Better Podcast recommendation?
No and yes.
That's what we're talking about. Nabisco's bullshit.
Oh, not our podcast recommendation.
What you got for us, Mike?
This week we have the Inner Idiots.
And thanks, guys, for humoring me on that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cantankerous.
I like Mike that says it like, you do owe us for that. You're welcome.
Because you spent it with money you got from Steve and Kyle's podcast when you left. We don't want your blood cookies anymore. You fucking mercenary.
All right, what do you
Just
got?
loan that sexy voice out to anybody with the most money. And sure as fuck ain't us.
Nabisco!
I guarantee you I tagged them in a post on Twitter for this.
Well,
and the
I'm cool
video.
with that.
All right. There's a Better Podcast recommendation. This week is The Inner Idiot.
Damn it.
Stop it.
I didn't mean to hit it twice.
Let me get it out so we can tag them nice and neat. This week's There's a Better Podcast recommendation is The Inner Idiots. It's Tyler, Shorty, and Ava. They do top 5 list. Actually, the most recent episode I listened to on the way here had nothing but top 5 list. They do Ava does like this product reviews in like unsolicited. So she just finds random things and give like 1-star reviews, 4-star reviews, and it's like this most outrageous stuff. It was pretty funny. It's funny that they have these their intro is like Tyler does it for everybody else, but he forgets to do it for himself. He's like 2 claps for the shorty or whatever. He calls Ava the redheaded something. I don't remember what it is. They do a two claps and a Ric Flair woo. So it's like, woo! Like for each one of them. And they got some interesting intro music. And I'm a sucker for intro music. I like that.
Yes, you do. It slaps.
Tyler seems to be the ringleader idiot of the rest of it, and he owns it, which I really appreciate people that do that. And I got to say this, as I was listening to this most recent episode, I've listened to at least 10 of them prior to this episode. I need proof of life for Ava because she sounds like she's there and she feels like she might have been kidnapped. Like she completely disgusted with Tyler. I think she's dating Shorty. Forgive me if I'm wrong about any of this. But each time Tyler opens his mouth, she just like, you can hear like a sigh into the microphone. She's like, oh God, Tyler's going to say something stupid, which is kind of like our podcast.
Kind of like our podcast.
Yeah. Every time I say something stupid, I think they're incredibly enjoyable. And in the most recent episode that I listened to, on the way here, I was laughing because Shorty is a grown man, and he wanted a Happy Meal, and he likes to fuck with people at jobs like that, just like trying to make them laugh and stuff. Like, okay, you have a kind of a crappy job. Let's just mess with them. Nothing mean-spirited or anything like that. The guy's like, what do you want, a toy for a boy or a girl? He's like, well, I identify as a boy, but I would like a girl toy. Then he's like, well, you know what? Order 2 of them. I want a boy toy. Then Tyler immediately picks up on like, oh my God, I'm going to get a sound bite that says, I want a boy toy. And I'm going to play it over and over again and use this in so many other ways. So I hope you both get your boy toys, and I hope it's wonderful for you. You can check them out wherever you can get your podcast. It is The Inner Idiots, and they're awesome.
Awesome.
That
is awesome. I don't really know.
I did a spoiler for this.
Awesome.
Last week.
It's pretty decent.
No, they're better and decent. They're good. They're a better podcast than us. That's
better than decent. It's good.
Last week we talked about whiskey dick leading into Benadryl dick.
Benadryl dick?
Benadryl dick. Which I did not, I'll be full disclosure, I did not know it was a thing. One of the followers on Twitter, she randomly mentioned something about this. So I reached out to her, being an idiot that I am, saying, what? She said every time she had to have sex with her ex-boyfriend, she was actually allergic to his semen.
Oh, wow.
What? So every time that she had to have sex...
I did not even know that was a thing.
She couldn't figure out what was going on for the longest time. Once they finally figured it out, she actually had to take Benadryl before they had sex.
Wait, so so she was allergic to his semen or semen altogether?
No, his semen, from what she was saying to me.
Oh, wow, that's really screwed up, man.
Wow,
yeah,
that's very specific.
It's not like you're in the mood. Hey, baby, I'm feeling it tonight. Go take that Benny. Get that Benadryl drip going.
Benihana going for you.
Let's get that Benny going.
That would be hard to keep that relationship up no matter what. No matter what.
It would be hard to keep a lot of things up, apparently.
She had to take it out. She's trying not to pass out during sex, because I don't know about you guys. When I take Benadryl, like, it knocks me the hell out every time.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, how enjoyable could that have been? Like, oh, do I want a rash or get messed up, or do I? Why don't we just not have sex? Like, I feel bad for her, and I'm not really laughing. I'm not laughing at her. I just didn't know that was. I was oblivious to this ever being a thing, and she was absolutely being truthful.
So she said specifically this guy. Yes, she's never had this problem with anybody else.
No, from what she said to me, no.
I mean, it completely makes sense, because I would imagine that you would have to have different. Maybe it had something to do with what he was eating or something.
Yeah,
I wonder if that was the thing.
I honestly have no idea.
It's just weird, man.
I've
never
weird.
heard of that.
Speaking of weird and things that we shouldn't be hearing about.
Wait.
What is this?
Did she ever tell you how she figured out it was a semen?
It was everything on Twitter. It was on Twitter, so I couldn't have.
Now you're acting like the conversation's uncomfortable.
Something is flummoxing this man. Yes. Get him some Benadryl.
I'm about. Wait, what? No. She said that she identified it strictly to him, so I don't know how they did that. It's probably with the doctor. I don't know.
I guess okay. Yeah, they probably okay. Yeah.
I didn't want to push it any farther.
They probably had sex.
This was probably like 10.
Wow, there it is again.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it makes sense.
It was probably like 10 tweets long, and I was already making her uncomfortable probably about it, because I just would not let it go, because I thought it was fascinating. And
to her, she's like, there is an itchier nature's pocket.
Yeah. She's like, why is this podcast randomly asking me about my ex-boyfriend's semen over and over again?
Because it's interesting weird.
It is. Speaking of which...
It had to be awful. Okay, sorry.
Nicki Minaj recently was in the news.
Oh, yeah.
And she tweeted that she will not be getting the vaccine because her third cousin, twice removed... was engaged in Trinidad, I think it was, and after he got the shot, he had big, huge, swollen balls. His girlfriend saw it. She didn't want to have sex with him, called off their engagement, and that's why she doesn't get.
You sure that he wasn't just like contracting some sort of sexual transmitted disease?
That was one thought. Two is that the fiance saw it, and she's like, "Ooh, I don't like that little pee-pee," so that's why it looks like you have swollen balls.
That could be.
But what is the most likely scenario? Think about the day that she tweeted this out. Was the day of the Met Gala. She could not go to the Met Gala because they had a vaccination policy. She was pissed. She made up the story. Actually, the Trinidad government came out and said, this story is false. Nobody's ever been submitted. This has never came to a doctor.
Wow.
None of this ever actually happened. So she made it up because she was pissed that she couldn't go to the Met Gala. And 100% she made this up. So, and what's funny about that is the white ringers ate it up. This is everything we were looking for. This. Since when did Nicki Minaj become the face of the Republican Party? what in the fuck is going on? They thought they were like, there's another reason why I don't want swollen balls.
I'm trying hard to not say anything because I feel like I'm going to get political. So I'm moving on.
The more you know. Just to be clear, there is not in worldwide vaccinations. There has not been one example of swollen testicles. This article is false, and she's an idiot for even saying that.
You're an idiot
because you couldn't go into one thing that you really wanted to. You're pissed off.
I think the travesty is my thing is her words obviously have power.
Yeah, and
it's unfortunate that she would even do that. And
she said it venting about something, right? Probably about. I'm assuming it's because she couldn't get into the Met Gala because she wasn't vaccinated.
And
that was her choice, right? I don't hate on her because of making that choice. I hate on her for making this wild story up and now having her voice carries weight.
Well, I'm also saying this as I'm not going to say a complete fan of Nicki Minaj, but I do enjoy some of her music.
I find her. I
don't know what
I do.
I like her visually.
I enjoy. I
knew that was coming.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy
that's just
some
my
of her
role
music.
in this show.
I think she was freaking hilarious with Lonely Island.
Oh God, that's right. She was with it. Yeah,
the Creep.
Well, she did the Creep. I thought she also did.
Oh yeah, she was in Dick in a Box.
No, it wasn't Dick in a Box.
Mother.
No, it was the one where they went to they were doing like a bank robbery, and it was that one rapper who was like, like really quiet mumbles, and then like when she leaves, he's like, yeah, motherfuckers, get down to the ground, blah blah blah, and she comes back in, he's like, funny song.
Mike has no idea.
Well, I'm just trying to see.
He's on his own.
I'm trying
not
to think of about this because the whole story of her. Which all signs points that she made it up, right?
Right, and my point is basically
either somebody lied to her about it and she just passed on that lie, or she was just that pissed that she made the whole fucking thing up.
She's a smart enough woman to know that her words have power, and that's what I find to be unfortunate. Where you're putting something out there that you know is completely false, and people will believe you because you are Nicki Minaj.
Well, they're looking for any reason to believe anything about it.
I agree.
There's people in this world that rather take cow dewormer or drink bleach rather than having something that's science proven time and time over just because they don't want to be wrong.
Right.
So they rather. I saw tweets about this recently. People are saying that, okay, we can't win elections straight up, right? That we need a higher death toll. They're promoting killing their own party, which makes no sense to me. And things like this that comes out, it exacerbates those things so bad, and it just pisses me off because life should mean more than that.
Yes.
Agreed.
It's just hard to see and hard to be around. Speaking of
hard to that is about as political as we get.
Yep. For now,
we try to stay out of that realm.
Speaking of dying for no reason, you guys might want to, just because I know you guys are craving it. Tiger King 2 has been confirmed.
No.
The world had no idea
that there was anybody this stupid.
What was about to hit back in March 2020.
My name's Joe Exotic. This is my way of living, and nobody's going to tell me any otherwise.
Stories. So
Cats and kittens. Donald Lewis is missing.
Evidence, it's gone.
What a story. And it got way bigger.
Phenomenon so global.
We're nuts, man. I don't think we're done blowing shit up today.
We've only scratched the surface.
We've only scratched
pictures and things of people and people.
Yeah.
Tiger King 2. November 17th.
Oh, no, I'm not even going to say that. Damn it. I didn't want to promote it to that point.
I don't even know why.
I fucking hate that show.
The only reason you pulled that up is because we both hate that show.
Yes, that's exactly why I pulled it up. That's why I mentioned it.
So when Fuckboy Island 2 comes out,
I'm in.
I'm getting you.
Tony and I are on this text thread for a group of guys that we all golf with. And these guys were going back and forth about Tiger King when it first came out. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a run.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of respect for those friends.
Hey, I got a quick question.
I never thought that's how you felt about it.
I didn't even get through one episode. I was just like, this is
I got about
so
20 minutes in. I couldn't do it.
Freaking awful.
I watched them all.
Yep.
Ugh.
I watched them all.
Of course you would.
I didn't say I felt good about it.
I'm gonna
watching
shun
them all.
you.
And I have no idea how they're going to do a season 2. And I don't even want to watch it. But
she has to kill more people.
But I will.
But, no, I don't. I got one question. Did he ignore you in the group thread text too? Did Tony ignore you? In that
No, he
one?
doesn't usually ignore me then.
Just a solo text.
I honestly,
I'm with you on that.
Well, and I'm actually going to get.
Show.
I know Tony had a lot of shit on his mind, so he was trying to get prepared for last week's episode. So I'm going to cut him a little slack.
All right, 3.
I'm a lovey kind of guy.
Okay.
Hey, I did pull up the Tiger King 2 announcement though, so you got to give me a little credit for that.
Moving on. 3-time syphilis survivor Machine Gun Kelly recently dyed his tongue. Was in the news for dyeing his tongue black, which also matches his musical talent. Shit.
Thank you, Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. In June of this year, a study was released that found out 1 in 3 males are having less sex than the previous decade.
Wow. You would think, though.
33%.
You would think, though.
That's a huge drop off.
That due to the pandemic.
No.
Does that say
that
married,
just be like
single?
Stuck in.
This is young males from the age of, I think it was 22 to 29.
A lot of them are living at home with mom and dad, aren't they?
No, this is before the pandemic. That's why this is more
by
stunning.
choice. This is by choice. You
That
said
this is before the pandemic happened.
Wait, didn't you say in June of this year
They
that
finally
the study
released the results?
Oh, they released it from that time.
I wasn't even talking about that.
I didn't catch that part.
Isn't that the thing? The current generation has a tendency to stay with mom and dad a little bit longer than
Probably so.
They're not saying that had any role in it. They're saying that they found other forms of entertainment in the sense of online video games and other stuff like that.
You know, what we should give them is
that's fair.
Cornflakes.
Yeah, that'll stop them. That'll stop them.
That'll stop them.
Hey, fellas.
Want
some cornflakes?
No random bits.
No honey, no sugar.
Dude, I am going to become a cornflake pusher now.
Yes, you are.
It's going to be my thing.
You're going to be dealing out on the back of your car.
I'm going to be hanging out on like corners with just boxes of cornflakes.
As long as you got to be so many feet away from schools, right?
No, they'd encourage me to be there.
Not anymore.
It would suppress the sex, so.
It would totally suppress the sex.
Hey, our random bit segment wouldn't be complete without the following words. Florida man
Oh, God.
steals a car from a Lake City, Florida dealership, then tries to trade it in for the same dealership later on is promptly arrested. So he stole a car from a dealership. Later on the next day, he brought the same car in to trade it in for a new car. They ran the damn plate that they just reported stolen that day, the VIN number, and he was arrested.
Wasn't really thinking there, was he?
Nope. Major League Baseball umpire. Opa.
Bruce.
Hold on. I got one for you. That's all you're getting.
Major League umpire appears to eject the
I'm
Baltimore.
glad you said eject. I thought you were going a little bit further.
I thought it was
with that.
too.
I did not. The Baltimore.
You're gonna get some cornflakes too, my friend.
Baltimore Orioles' entire ground crew. What turns out is a big misunderstanding.
What the hell?
Have you heard this?
No.
So he was it was the 8th inning. It was about to be a rain delay. The rain was coming. They knew it, and the Orioles were actually up 2-1 at the time. So all the ground crew comes running over to the tarp, right? And the umpire comes up there like looks like this, like he's throwing them out of there. He's just not letting them run on the field or run the tarp out there because it wasn't raining at that point yet.
So
or raining hard enough.
So he was just not letting the ground crew do their job.
Correct. And they promptly lost the game because the Yankees hit 2 more runs in at the bottom of the inning. Then they called the game after.
Jeez.
Good
All
job, ump.
Our random bit segment's over.
You know, that's that's another time that the fucking Zebras got it wrong. If you're a Lions fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
66-yard field goal.
Roll the outro.
God.
So once again, we ought to announce this at the beginning. The Radio Shack hat.
Why are we still talking about
We are
that?
still trying to get rid of that damn thing, and we are looking for reviews. So by all means, if you want to give us a review to help us get rid of this. We were looking to give this away. Antonio has had it just sitting around his house for the longest time.
Yep.
And how many do we have? 1, 2?
1.
Oh, no, we have 2.
I mean, we're basically begging you to review the show. So, just do it. That's all. Anyway, you can do that, and we will give it away at some point if we get anybody ever to review the show. But one way or the other, we're still going to do this because it's fun. It's fun, right? Right,
You know
guys?
what? Maybe we should do this at the start of the episode because nobody sticks along.
That's what I
until the
just said.
Oh, I zoned out.
guys, I got a great idea. I got a great idea. We should probably do this at the beginning of the episode so that nobody's gone by the end of the episode. They can hear it at the beginning of the episode.
That's great, guys. Thanks a lot. Anyway, as always, you want to get in touch with us, you can do that through Twitter. You can do it through Instagram. You can always email us, and that's it. I'm done.
Till the next episode.
Anybody want an Oreo?
Not one of your. You had your.
I want your crotch Oreo.
Oh yeah, I stuck my penis in there.
Oh my god.
That's probably why there was so much fucking room.
Sometimes crude.
Often funny.
Often crude.